Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast. Hello.
Hi, guys. The little hello.
I never know how to start it because we already started talking.
I know we've been talking for a hot minute, but
like literally 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
But welcome to another episode.
Yes, so excited. The last one was, I liked that episode a lot.
Me too.
I feel like because we were in that, I was in that space for so long. Not even that long, I don't know what I'm saying, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think it was good. I mean, people said that they liked it and that they agreed with like what we were saying, so I guess that's good.
Yeah.
So do you want to say your highs and lows of the week? Let's just jump right into that.
Okay. Let's see. Well, my low, I've been sick for a hot second. So it turns out my sickness was an ear infection. So I've been sick. And just not good at all. My high, well, I got to see family over the weekend, which was nice because I usually don't see them. So we spent time together.
That's good. It's fun.
What about you?
My high, I mean, I went out with friends last night, so I guess that's fun. Not I guess.
Yeah.
It is fun. Not I guess. That's mean. And then my low, honestly, the weather. The weather impacts my mood so much, and it's been like so gloomy and rainy like the past like week. And like I've definitely like felt that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely it. It's like pouring rain right now when I look out my window.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's kind of sunny over here, but it's cold. So.
And it's raining until like Friday.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it sucks because like not last week, 2 weeks ago, it was like 80 degrees. I was tanning outside, and now it's like freezing.
But that was here too. Like, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it was like 28, 30 degrees here in Celsius. And like, it was so nice. And now it's like fucking ugly.
I know. Well, hopefully it's nice again so we can. I know. I need summer. I need a nice tan. I need to lay by the pool.
Me too. I'm like so pale.
A cute little beach day, like, and I have trips planned, so I'm just like waiting for those.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I just like want nice weather, and for it to not like go back and forth.
And watermelon, good watermelon.
Yeah.
Oh, if you know me, you know I love watermelon. Like that is the way to my heart.
I had watermelon this morning. It was very good.
I'm obsessed with watermelon. I don't know.
It's so expensive though. That's what we were talking about. Like it used to be so cheap, and now it's like so expensive.
$10 for a whole watermelon that I can eat in like 2 days.
Yeah, literally. It's very unfortunate.
It really is.
But it's okay, I guess. At least we can afford it still, sort of.
Oh my gosh. Sort of. Do you want to talk about some of the responses from last week's question?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, wait, what was the question? What habit do you want to break?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I could definitely relate to a lot of what these people were saying.
Oh, me too.
I know someone said, need to stop eating out because I'm going broke.
That's me.
It's literally me.
And I'm always like, okay, like I'm not going to. But okay, I don't eat out that much, but like when I do, it's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like when we're traveling and like
yeah, because you don't really
food in LA, food in New York is oh my god.
Yeah, but when I went to LA, like the last time when we were there in October, we had an Airbnb, so we like got food, but that shit was still expensive. Well, maybe because we went to like Trader Joe's, and I guess it's like expensive, but like
yeah.
And then I didn't want that food because I was like, oh, other food just sounds so much better that I don't have to make. So
right.
Yeah,
I like eating out, but it's just it gets too much.
Yeah, it adds up after a while.
It really does. Someone said spending too much time on my phone.
That's me.
There are some days where I can go like literally spending no time on my phone, and then other days I'm like constantly on it. So it just like depends on my mood, I guess.
I think
But
for me, because like I work from it, it's like harder to like not get distracted by it at the same time. Because
yeah,
like when I'm like doing like Instagram for like clients, like I'm on Instagram already. So like, you know what I mean? Or like when I'm trying to
right.
look like when you like do research for like them and you have to like go on TikTok and stuff like that. Like it's so hard to like separate it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Someone said, "Ooh, apologizing too much."
Yeah, I do that
I
too.
just, yeah, I
I
just
say
said this.
sorry for random shit.
I know, to one of my friends. She was like, she just kept apologizing. I'm like, girl, you don't have to apologize for like nothing. Like, because she
Yeah.
was talking about something, but I was like, maybe I need to take my own advice because I always apologize.
Mm-hmm. And I
Always.
apologize. Even when I know I'm not in the wrong, like I'll still apologize. And like the
Yeah,
other person wouldn't.
yeah. But I
But
think for me, at least, it stems from, and I'm not one now, I don't think, but I used to be a huge people pleaser.
mm-hmm.
So it like, I don't know, I kind of still have that in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay. What's another? I'm sorry if you hear my dog scratching at my
I
door,
don't hear it now.
or
I
baby
just heard
wants to
when she
come
was
in.
like hitting it up.
But she'll come in and then she'll go out. So I'm like, I don't want to bring her in here.
Yeah, that's what my dog
Um,
does. He'll like walk to like the end of my room and then walk out, then come back in and like just do that back and forth. And you'll hear his like little feet tapping.
Champ is so cute.
He's
If you
cute,
guys
but he's
didn't know,
scary.
we have dogs. My dog's name is Coco, and then Amanda's is Champ, and they're best friends.
Yeah. Hmm. Even though Champ hates dogs. Yeah. They're actually
Champ hates
dating.
dogs. Oh yeah, they're dating. Oh, I can't. I was talking about this the other day with my brother. I cannot imagine my dog having puppies
Oh my God. I don't even like know.
because she's so like dramatic and it's. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine having little babies. They'd be
That'd
so
be
cute
funny.
though.
Yeah.
So
I was
adorable.
actually showing your dog to my friend last night.
Really.
No, yeah, we were looking at pictures. I don't even know how that came up, but we were looking at Coco.
I love that. She's a model.
Yeah.
I love her. Okay, should we pull another card?
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay.
Okay. It says, when you lack inspiration, what do you do to inspire you? For me, usually what I do is, so I go on Pinterest a lot for like a lot of things. But like, let's say like for YouTube, when like I don't know what I want to do, I just like watch other people. I think I gain a lot of inspiration from other people. But yeah, so I would say like Pinterest and watching YouTube.
No, I was literally just gonna say watching other videos, like watching
Mm-hmm.
other people who are creative, especially when it comes to just like I don't know. There's so many people on YouTube who just vlog, and that's like like I love it. But then
Mm-hmm.
there's other people who like add so much when they edit, and I love that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like Nikki DiMartino, I love her vlogs. They're really good because she
Um,
edits so well. I used to watch
are
them
they a
girls,
twin?
Nikki. Yeah, Nikki and Gabby.
Okay, yeah, they follow their so they have a podcast and they only follow 26 people on their podcast Instagram and they follow me for some reason. And I didn't even know they had a podcast, so I don't know how they found me, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually don't know if they have it anymore.
I don't
They
know. It's
like
called the
started it.
Opposites podcast. The last post they have on here is January 31st, so probably not. But
Yeah.
it was very random.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Okay.
anyways. Yeah. I actually never watched their YouTube videos though.
No, I used
No.
to literally like I was what, like 14, I think. No, that's a lie. I was 12 when I started watching YouTube, and they were
Okay.
like the first people that I started watching. But they used to like remake music videos,
When I did
so
that. Did you
that's
ever
kind
do
of
that?
how, not music videos, but I would like recreate movie scenes with my cousins.
Okay. That's so funny. Yeah, no, I
Oh
would
my
do
god, it
music
was so
videos.
funny.
Like all of them, like Call Me Maybe, like in that era.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
On like photo booth. That was the time. That's so embarrassing. I
So
wish I
good,
still
so
had
good.
access to the videos. Cause like I
No,
deleted
I
them,
was
but I
just
never
about to
saved
say, I
them.
know. Yeah.
But
They're all on my
probably.
dad's old work iPad, so I don't
Mm.
know who has that, but
That'd be funny to watch again.
they're so good.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, when I was younger, the first person I watched was like Lo Anthony and Andrea Russet, and like what's her name? Mac Baby '07.
Yeah, I know who
There's
you're
also
talking
this
about.
girl that would do like room tours all the time. And I was so jealous of her room, and she would do like desk tours and like drawer tours. Like oh no, it was
Oh, I
Juicy
loved
something. I don't remember. Juicy
Juicy Couture.
something. No, that's a name brand.
There was someone, oh, like,
Juicy Star. Maybe it was Juicy something. I don't know, but her name was like Juicy on
I
YouTube,
don't
and like
remember.
I would watch her all the time. I don't actually know her name, but yeah, like that was such a fun time.
I
Or like
was like,
Bethany Moda.
I was just about to say Bethany Moda, like Alicia
Yeah,
Marie.
Juicy Star '07 actually is the one that I would watch. Her name is Blair Fowler.
No, I don't think I've.
I know you've 100% had to seen these
Okay, I was
videos.
gonna say maybe if I see her face, then
Yeah, like I would like I just sent you a screenshot, but I would watch all her videos and I would try and make my room look like hers. But it never turned out the same like her because she had so much stuff.
honestly, I don't think I ever watched her, but
Oh
I
my
definitely
god.
did like hear.
She was
I've heard of
iconic.
her,
She was
100%.
iconic.
I miss just that era of YouTube.
Yeah, now it's like a lot more like competitive and like
Hmm.
stereotypical and like not relatable in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still like it. I still have my core people, like the people that I watch like mostly all their videos, and then like randoms that just like I pop in sometimes.
Yeah. It's just crazy, like, growing up with these people and you see, like, how much
Hmm.
they've changed and grown, and some of
Yeah.
them, like, are pregnant or, like, have kids, and it's just so
Hmm.
crazy. I know
Yeah.
what's her name? Amanda Steele, I think
Yeah.
her name is? She just had a baby,
I
and I'm like,
know.
"Oh
She's
my
young
god."
too.
She's
I remember
yeah.
watching her and I was like, oh, we have the same name, so like it's so cool.
I loved her videos.
Same. Makeup by Mandy.
Iconic.
Truly.
No, for real. Okay, do you wanna dive into our topic today?
Yeah.
Since you
Um,
picked.
mhm. I did. I thought it'd be fun to I feel like we've spoken about this together, but like not in like a lot of like depth. But
Mhm.
like figuring out a career path in your 20s, even beforehand, like when you have to go to university and like picking what you want to study and like pursue for the rest of your life. I feel like no one talks about that, but it's so fucking young. And at the same time, like even now, like being 25, um I still don't actually know like what I really want to do for the rest of my life. And I think that's okay, but I feel like growing up I always felt like you needed to like have everything figured out.
Yeah. I was always so jealous of the people who knew what they wanted to do. Like,
Mhm.
my sister, for example, she knew she wanted to be a nurse, and she's a nurse. Or my
I feel like a lot
friends,
of your sisters are nurses.
my oldest is a nurse, second oldest, studied in the medical field, but yeah, like, they just knew what they wanted to do, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I had no clue. Growing up, when someone asked me, like, what I wanted to be when I grew up, I was always like, "I wanna be a mom." That's what I said. And maybe it's because that's what my mom was.
Yeah, so that's what you
She didn't
saw.
work, so that's what I saw.
Mhm.
But I just didn't have that in me to like, "Oh, I wanna be a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher." And so when I grew up, it was, like, really, really hard for me
Mhm.
to find something that I wanted to do, which is why I'm not in school, so and
But
I'm
I
kind
don't
of
also don't
dabbling.
think you have to be in school to like I feel like growing up,
No,
obviously
100%
everyone
no.
like you always felt like, oh, like I have to go to school for like something, like that's the only way you make a career.
Yeah.
But like now you really don't. But see, growing up, I was kind of like the opposite, but like not really. Like I didn't actually know what I wanted to do, but I had like 20,000 ideas. Like every year it changed. Like when I was really young, I wanted to be an actress, which I don't think I'd be good at. And then in like most of high school, I wanted to like open up my own record label. Then like in CEGEP, which is like kind of like a buffer between high school and university in Montreal. Like it's the only place that has CEGEP. There I studied cinema because I was like, oh, like I want to work in film. And then when I went to
Mhm.
university, I kind of like so applying to university, I wanted to do like online school until I realized it was like $80,000 a year. And I was like,
Yeah.
maybe not, never mind. But by the time I figured that out, the program I initially wanted was closed. So I applied to a random program because I was like, I need to be in school. Like, that's like what I thought you had to do. I didn't realize you could take a year off and not, and then go back. So I
Right.
applied for women's studies, which was interesting. I did not like it. Like it was interesting, but I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, this is not what, like, these are all like history buffs. Like, I am not that.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I finally went into communications. And that's what I graduated with. But like, even to this day, like, I don't know what I wanted. Like, if someone asks me and sits me down and it's like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Like, I don't have that because I think I want
Yeah.
to do so many different things, which at first I was like, oh, like I have to pick one. But now that I think of it, like I don't. I could do whatever I want and I can change
Yeah.
how many times I want. But
100%
yeah.
because we literally have so much life to live.
Hmm.
Like we can just dabble in whatever and then see what works and what doesn't,
Yeah.
which
And I
is
think like,
what I'm doing.
yeah. Yeah. Like in the creative field too, I think like it's more flexible that you can like bounce from like different things and try different things versus like obviously if you like you're a doctor or like a lawyer, you don't have that much like flexibility.
Yeah.
Um, but so like what do you for people who may not know, what do you like do right now?
Well, right now I have a couple of things. So I help my dad with his daycare business.
Hmm.
He started that 3 years ago, I want to say.
Okay, so that's kind of
Um,
recent.
yeah, but my mom also had one in the past. Well, she has one now too, but
Hmm.
it's a little complicated. But so she's had that ever since I was like very young, maybe
Hmm.
10, very young. So I've
Okay.
always been around kids, which is
Yeah.
why when I did go to college, I thought I wanted to work with kids,
Hmm.
but I just can't see myself doing the whole 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. So that was like a big thing for me. But yeah, now I'm taking care of kids and then a nanny on the weekends. But I got
Hmm.
super into doing my own nails. So I have a couple of people like that I do, and then like my sisters, obviously, family, friends.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to build that.
That's fun.
Yeah, and then I got really into photography when I went to Europe for Madison's tour.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think I want to start doing something with that too. But like I said, just dabbling a lot and then seeing what works.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Also, what you said about 9 to 5, I've never worked a 9 to 5. And I knew like,
Really?
yeah, well, I've worked like part-time jobs, but like that to me, like that's not a 9 to 5 because it's like part-time and it's not 9 to 5. Like
Yeah.
I've never worked like the corporate lifestyle. I never worked in that because like growing up to like, I knew like I didn't want to do that. I knew I didn't want to do the same thing every day. And I knew that I didn't want to work in an office. I was like, I cannot work in like cubicle and stay there all day. I will lose my mind.
Yeah.
And everyone like would always be like, oh, like you just try it out. Like just like do it for a year. And I was like, I know I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna like waste my time.
Right.
And I feel like that's very like people have opinions on it a lot. Like everyone I always tell, they're like, oh, like you should like when I was graduating from school, everyone was like, oh, like what are you doing next? And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And they're like, oh, like you're not
Yeah.
applying to jobs. And I was like, no, like no.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, made me feel so bad about it and like that I was doing something wrong.
Mhm.
But it's just like not what I want to do. And like working for myself now, I'm like happy I picked that route because
Yeah.
I also have like so much more flexibility to do what I want. I'm like I can work from like wherever I want to.
Yeah.
So,
It's just a different type of work. And so many
mhm.
people are so used to seeing like the doctors, the lawyers, the
Mhm.
like one strict path that you have to take, but there's a lot of work that goes into what you do, for example, like
Mhm.
and not a lot of people see it as work because they don't see the behind the scenes of it all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
which is annoying because it's like if you love what you do, then you're going to be good at it and you're going to be successful in your own way.
Mhm.
But I feel like society just they view like that kind of route as like not as successful as people who are doctors and whatever. I say
Yeah,
doctors
it's
just
always
because it's the
compared.
first thing that comes to my mind,
Yeah, no,
but
me too. Like I always think of doctors and lawyers
yeah.
all the time because that's like I
I
don't
mean,
know,
it
that's
is
what
what
everyone
society like instills in
yeah.
us, so we have to like try to reach that level. But
Hmm.
it's
I don't give
which
a
is
shit.
I think
I wouldn't be terrible at both. Like I know I would be terrible at both.
I know. I was gonna say, I think, like growing up, that's why I was so like strict with my education because my
Hmm.
parents were like, they were never like forcing me to be like a doctor, or lawyer, blah blah blah. But they definitely took education really seriously, and so I did too. And like I got straight A's growing up, and I did the whole
Wow, look
honors
at you. I
classes,
did
and
not.
and I like worked really, really hard in high school, like really, really hard. And there were times where I was like so burnt out. By the
Hmm.
time I reached college, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And it makes me think like, had I not taken those classes, like such hard classes in high school, because at the time for me it was difficult,
Yeah.
and had I kind of just stuck to like a more like simple path, and maybe not have done like such like a lot of like volunteer work and like clubs and all that,
Hmm.
then maybe I would still want to kind of venture off into that path. But at the same time, it's like I think that I am a creative and I like
Hmm.
that other aspect of it. So
Yeah, but I think growing up too, like maybe now it's changed because like it's been a while since I was in high school. But like growing up, like entrepreneurship and like creative stuff was never like spoken about as like a career path in school, other than like I had like music class and like well, it wasn't really music, it was like the flute and shit. And then I had like art class. But like it was never
uh,
like shown as like a career path. It was more like, oh, this is like a fun class.
like a hobby.
Like yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
I had a
exactly. Yeah.
media class too, but it was never like displayed in a way that you can do like this full like as a job. And
No,
even in my media
literally.
class, I got like a really bad mark. Like she told me I was not made for this, and
I
I want to
remember
go back
that.
to her and be like,
Look at me
whatever.
now.
Yeah. But yeah, like growing up, like now I'm sure it's different because like everyone's an influencer now and all those things. But I wish like growing up, I knew that like I mean, I guess I did in the sense that I did study like more like creative stuff. Like my parents were never like, "Oh, like go to school for this, go to school for that." I actually started in psychology in
Hmm.
CEGEP and then I switched because it was so hard for me. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I wish like I knew like it was fine to go that path because I knew what I wanted to do, but there was always like that voice in the back of my head that was like, maybe you should go like the traditional like path. But
Right. Yeah. No, I wish so too, because I know like those classes, well, in the States it's called electives. Like you
we have
can
that, yeah.
choose and pick, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick whatever like classes you want. It has to be like an art class or whatever. But yeah, I didn't even know that there was like film classes or media in like my high school, or like acting classes. Like I would have taken all of those, but like I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't know. So I wish that that was definitely more like there was more emphasis on that side of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, I did take those classes, sort of like, well, not acting, but like I took like, what did I take? Well, I took like the media class, like I told you. I took like the art and everything and music. But like I said, like it was just never like shown in that. And like in college too, I took like more creative ones, but I don't know. I like see in my head, I don't think I needed to go to school,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I did. And honestly, it was kind of boring, only because I went through my whole university during COVID, so I was home the whole time, which is
Oh
kind of
god,
sucks.
yeah. No, COVID messed a lot of things up.
Yeah, like I would be doing my school in my room
Yeah.
all day on Zoom. It was like really bad. I don't know how I
Yeah.
did that.
I was online for a bit and then I was like, I'm just not gonna go back. Like, I think I just got burnt out with everything, and then I
Yeah.
was going through a lot of personal stuff during that time. So I was like,
Mhm.
I'm just, this isn't for me. Also, like, maybe like the people that I was surrounding myself with in the school that I went to just
Mhm.
wasn't my vibe at all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I didn't even have like well, I had like selective friends, but they weren't really like friends just because like how do you like really make friends on Zoom? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
like weird. It was weird. And then when we all went back to school in person, it was so weird. Like no one
I
really knew
know,
who
right?
anyone was.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't I
Yeah.
didn't go back. I also like if I had I gone back, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
So
Do
I
you think
really
you'd
truly
ever
think
consider going back to school?
no. Not
Okay.
now at least. No, I mean, like I said, I have so much time to
Yeah.
do everything that I want to do, and I think that doing it in your early 20s makes more sense than doing it later in life because you have, at least for me, like I still live at home. I have the opportunity to like do everything now and like not really worry about well too much about like my finances and stuff.
Hmm.
So if I do like make a mistake, then I can like I always have something to lean on. So I do have
Yeah.
like that support system.
Yeah. That's kind of what the reason why I started my business. I mean, financially, I have nothing to lean back on if this doesn't work. I would have to get a
Yeah.
fucking real job. Um, you know what I mean? Like an actual like
Air
fucking
quotes on
corporate job.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still live at home as well. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna do it now because if I do it while I move out, like it's just an extra stress because I have to think about like, okay, like I need to make rent. I need to like have enough money for like all these things. Not that I don't pay anything now because I do
Right,
pay
right,
like a
right.
lot of my stuff. The only thing I really
Yeah.
don't pay is rent. Which
Yeah,
is probably
same.
the most expensive thing anyways. Um, but I was like, this is like the best time to do it because like you said, if like I make a mistake or if it just like doesn't work out, at least I'll have like a home that like won't go away overnight.
Right. A home. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's like weird. It's weird conversation, especially like with my friends that like are in like the corporate world. Like I try to explain it to them, but sometimes they just don't get it. I don't think. Or like they just don't. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like
Like they don't get what aspect of it.
I guess or like for example, when I went to like New York 3 times in 1 month,
Yeah.
they like didn't understand like how I was able to do that for like first of all, they were like, "Where does this money come from?" Which, like, I don't really have it. But besides the point, like, I guess for them, like, working a 9 to 5, like, you don't have, like, unlimited time off. Like, you have to,
Yeah.
like, whatever. And for me, like, I can work from wherever. So I don't think people understand that, or they think I just go there and, like, I don't work, or, like,
Yeah, yeah. Or that it's
I
just
don't know.
like traveling, like it's easy to kind of just like
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I
type of
get it.
thing.
Yeah, I
Or,
mean, like
like,
I said earlier, it's just like not a lot of people see the behind the scenes of it all.
yeah, exactly. Like, even for, like, people that are, like, full-time influencers or, like, content creators, people think, like, they just take a picture and post it and, like, that's
Yeah,
it. But there's, like, so much fucking shit that goes I
so
swear so
much.
much.
Like even for this podcast, like
Mhm.
you have to be involved with the social media side of it, and then you have to have
And you have
someone
to be
to do the
consistent.
graphics. Yeah,
Like, you have to, like,
consistent.
find time in your week to, like, record it, and it's not like it's just, like, one like, it's not like we did this separately and it's just, like, by ourselves because that's usually easier
Yeah,
because like, whatever, like, you have to go off, like, each other's schedules too and,
yeah.
like
You gotta record, you gotta edit graphics, social media, network too. Like
yeah,
it's
and
all
then
like a
once, like, you
building game.
incorporate guests into it, like, that's a whole other thing. And,
Yeah,
like, I guess I'm
exactly.
used to it because I've done it for, like, 3 years, but, like, I guess now you're seeing, like, a different side to it.
100%, yeah. Which I think
It's
people
fun, but
normally don't see that side.
yeah, they think, like, "Oh, you just record and edit within, like, an hour or 2 and, like, then you're
Yeah,
good."
yeah.
But no, it's not the case.
I just think that that's the case with a lot of like creative jobs.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like just nobody really sees the real like work. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, like, I wanna be, like, a YouTuber, I wanna be a TikToker," because, like, everyone thinks it's just easy, but, like, it's a lot, and, like, with, like, being, like, what's the word called? When you're, like, the face of your business or whatever, or, like, the face of your YouTube and stuff, like, you have to be, like,
Mhm.
on, like, 99% of the time, like,
Yeah,
half the time I don't, like, wanna film stuff or, like, I'm just not in the
right.
mood, but I'm like, "Okay, like, I have to because if I don't do this, then, like, this, that, and the other." So it's like
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, like working for yourself, you don't get sick days. Like I can't just be like, I don't want to do this today. Like I'm gonna call in sick type of
Yeah.
thing because you can't because like then like everything gets screwed up.
Yeah. Or like if you have like an idea at like 2 in the morning, like
Oh my god, yeah.
you have to do it like at 2 in the morning so you don't
Me sending
forget.
you voice notes at like 2 in the morning, like this is what I'm thinking about right this second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like your brain never shuts off
Right.
ever. And I know like not saying that doesn't happen for like corporate like jobs. Like I know people think about their job like a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, what I'm just saying is like it's different. And like, yeah, you don't get really off days, especially when you work for yourself. You're just like always working on your business. Like for me, like even when I can't even like just go on Instagram or like TikTok anymore just for fun. Like I'm
Mhm.
like it's just like there's no separation for me anymore.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, you've been
Yeah.
doing this for how long?
Like full time or
Yeah.
just like in general. Okay.
Well, just in
Like
general. You could say both.
10 years? Okay, not 10 years. How old am I? Yeah, like 10 years
10
actually.
years, yeah.
Oh my god, ew. That's so long. Yeah, yeah. But I guess like seriously,
Crazy.
like 3, 4 years. Like that's when I started doing freelance and like having clients.
Yeah,
But
which is
like the whole like
still a long time,
yeah, like the whole like YouTube
relatively.
and like everything has been like 10 years, but like
Yeah.
making actual like money has been like 3, 4 years.
What do you think
Yeah.
like the best part of working for yourself is?
I think, like I was saying, like the flexibility and like the fact that you can work from anywhere. Like that's the only reason I've been able to go to like so many like concerts and like different things is
Right,
because
yeah.
I can. Like if I worked at like before like this, I worked at like a startup. I wouldn't have been able to do
Mhm.
that because I would have had to be there. So, and you don't get that much time off. Like usually like in corporate jobs or like whatever type of jobs when you work for someone else, you get like 2, maybe 3, 4 weeks off. So I
Yeah,
like that aspect, and I think being able to decide what I want to do instead of having someone else tell me what to do. I hated that. I hated like being
yeah,
told what to do.
yeah, I feel that.
What's your favorite part of your job like at the moment?
Honestly, um, I'm kind of having a tough time, at least with, um, taking care of kids
Mhm.
because I've been doing it for a while now, and it's like my patience is being tested a little bit. It gets really hard. I feel like
Mhm.
not a lot of people appreciate that job or like I get this a lot with teachers too, or I think about this a lot with teachers. It's like teachers are literally like raising
Mhm.
your kids, like,
Yeah.
but so are childcare workers. Like we're
Yeah.
quite literally
100%.
like raising them,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because I do get called like mom sometime, and it's
Oh
like
my god.
whoa, like these little babies are like looking up to me. So it's it's just a very I guess mentally challenging and exhausting job.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't work every single day, so I
How
do
many
have
times a
a
week
little
do
bit
you
of
work
time off.
usually?
3 days a week now, and then on my off days I do nails, and then the weekends I do a nanny. Which the little girl that I nanny, I absolutely love her. I've been watching her since she was 3 months,
Oh my
but
god.
I
And do you do
I'm
that
like
every
her second
weekend or
mom
like
every weekend, and I love
okay.
her, and literally I love her. Like,
Mhm. So, do you think you'll stay in Ohio like work-wise?
no. I don't
Okay.
think so. Not even, like, to live here, like, not even just work-wise. I don't know, I like the calmness of Ohio. It's very
Mhm.
quiet, and I like that. There's a lot of nature, and I love nature, but it's too calm for me, I think.
Mhm.
I need
Where
a
do you think
little
you would
bit
wanna
more,
go?
like honestly, I have no clue. I think Florida would be fun just
Mhm.
because well, I do have family there now. I just love the warm weather. I think I need warm
Yeah,
weather to be able
I feel
to
that.
function.
Mhm.
Because now it's just like, I don't know, when the
Yeah.
days are gloomy, you don't wanna do anything.
No, yeah. No, I feel that.
But I feel like in a bigger city would be easier too, at least if I do go, like, a creative route, because it's
Mhm.
like, there's more to do.
Yeah, I feel
Would
that.
you stay in Canada?
Canada as a whole, I think
Mhm.
so. I don't know. I don't know. Um, So my boyfriend's from Toronto, but he moved here I think 4 years ago now or something like that. And he loves Toronto.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like Toronto. It's just I'm also like I think during quarantine and COVID, I got a lot closer to my family than like I used to be. So I don't know
Mhm.
how I would do. And like also like in Canada, it's not very common to like move for college or stuff. So I've been at home like the whole time. I've never like left. So I feel like that's like something that's like a little difficult to navigate. But
Yeah.
if I had like all the like money didn't like matter, like nothing mattered, I would have a house in Montreal and then I would
Yeah.
have a condo in Toronto and LA.
Oh, amazing, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because I
I'd
feel
have
like
house I'd have,
I'd ha
properties all over the
oh my god,
place.
yeah, and New York too. Like that would be like I'd have 4. Like if I had to pick 4, that would be it. Because I love New York and I don't know why. Like I don't know. I just like it there.
See, New York is too busy for me, I think.
Yeah. Well, because yeah, you're
Yeah.
from like a smaller like in Montreal when you come you'll see it's kind of like not where I live specifically, like I live in the suburbs kind of, but like close to downtown. So it's not very
Mhm.
like for you, I feel like the houses too are like more spaced out from like what you were telling me. Like
Yeah.
me, like my neighbors are like so there's a house like there's houses next to me that are like attached to my house. If
Mhm.
that makes sense. Like they're townhouses.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then there's like everything's really close.
Yeah.
Because there's so many like people here. But it's like kind of like when you're like downtown or like whatever, it's always busy here. So I think I'm just used to that. I think for me, like when I go up north or like go like the cottage and like area and everything, like it's stresses me out. I can't deal when it's too
Yeah.
calm. Like it makes me nervous.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Makes me
yeah,
nervous.
it does. I can like do like a few days, but I don't think I'd be able to stay there longer because I just get like anxious because there's nothing like happening.
Yeah.
But like then like LA, I would like to I wouldn't live there full time ever. I don't think it's too much for me and it's like doesn't from what I've heard from other people that live there, it's like not it. There's so much competition between everyone and like everyone's fake there because everyone's just trying to use you to get to like the top. So I don't
Mhm.
think I'd stay there full time, but I would love to like have a place there that I can like if I want to go there for 3 months, like I can just go there
Right.
type of thing. But then being Canadian, it's like a whole other thing because you can't stay somewhere for longer than 6 months, I think. Or you can't I can't be in the States accumulative I don't know how to say that. Accumulative whatever.
Accum Now you're making
See, it's kinda
I
hard.
can't either.
Okay, that word, like, for
Cumulatively?
6 m
I don't know.
I don't know. For 6 months, like, I can't stay there longer than 6 months in total.
Okay.
So, like, unless, like, I'm, like, a millionaire or something, which, like, maybe I will be one day. But, yeah, so that's, like,
Okay.
a whole other thing, but then you have to get a visa if you work there, like, all this mess.
Alright, yeah.
But, ideally, like I said, I would like to have a property in multiple places, but I
Right.
think Montreal would be, like, my home base, and then, like, I'd go to other places when I want to. But who
Makes
knows? That
sense.
can change, like
Yeah.
but I feel like career-wise, like, I know for a fact that, like well, for a fact, I hope for a fact that I'll always, like, stay in, like, the creative world. I don't really know
Mhm.
how, like, I've always wanted to work in the music industry, obviously, since I said I wanted to open up my own record label, which at the time I thought was an easy thing, but it's definitely not. Um, but I would love to, like, work in social media for, like, artists. I always wanted to go on a tour with someone. I don't know what I
That
would
would be
do.
so fun. I know.
Yeah, I don't
I'd
know what I
wanna
would
do
do, but
photography.
see, I would love to
I
do, like, the videography for people. That's, like, fun for
Let's
me.
team up.
Okay, if anyone needs
Well,
someone
we've said it before, but we
Mhm.
have to team up and do that.
Yeah, like, that would be fun because I don't know, I just like editing video more than
Yeah.
pictures, and I guess I'm just, like, more used to that. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
lie. I did photography in school too, and I used to, like, do,
Mhm.
like, shoots for people. I wanna bring it back just because it was fun, and I feel like it made me get out of the house and, like, meet people,
Yeah.
but I also have to fit it into my life somehow.
Right.
But I don't really know what I was trying to say at the end of this, but
No, yeah, I would definitely like to, work, like, on a tour, that'd be so much fun.
yeah.
Just because we are so into this, like, world of, like, music
Yeah, it'd
and
be fun, like, I don't think
entertainment.
I'd be able to just do it, like, months upon months, like, never be home because I feel like I
Yeah,
need to be stable at times, but I would love to, like, at least do it once and, like, see how it actually is.
right, yeah, yeah, I agree, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
If anyone out there is, like, struggling with this situation or, like, not knowing exactly what you wanna do in life, I think just know that, well, first off, everything does happen for a reason. I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe that. I think that everything will work out. I think that if you don't take one path or if you don't, go one route, that you're just meant to go somewhere different. I would say don't be too hard on yourself and don't compare yourself to other people, especially your peers or like high school friends or college friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, like, do what you love because you're going to be good at that if you love to do it. I
Yeah.
think that's my
Yeah.
like advice.
And that would be mine too. And like, yeah, I mean, trust your gut because that was what I did.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't want to work corporate. And like, even though everyone was telling me that I should, like, I
Yeah.
didn't. And at first I was like, oh, maybe I'll regret that or like I'll second guess it like once I start doing my own thing. But like, that's never happened. So
Yeah. No,
just
there's
do whatever
definitely
you
going to
want.
be a lot of outside sources telling you what to do, telling you what not to do. But yeah, go with your gut for sure.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't work out like at the beginning, like keep going.
Yeah. Nothing happens like overnight, like the
Oh
internet
no,
makes you
100%.
believe.
Right. Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who are at this for like years.
Yeah.
So Amanda's
My big
me.
sigh. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, for example, like, I don't know, when people are like, they want to do social media, like, of course, like, it's cool and stuff, but like, not everyone's going to be Charlie D'Amelio. Like, that's
Right.
not, like, that's such a rare case.
Right. I mean, there's also like different levels. It's like that's
Yeah,
truly like
that's
overnight
like overnight,
success, like
100, like, yeah.
viral, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And but I think that she did a good job of running with that. There are people who are just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like viral for a day and that's it. But, she's built a brand and a business for herself, which
Yeah.
that's
It's
crazy
really
because
cool.
she's what, 18?
Yeah. But she was like
Young.
16 when like but I think she also had
Right.
a good family support system,
Yeah, I
which is
agree.
like always good too for your family to believe in you because not everyone has that, unfortunately.
Yes, very, very true. But if no one believes in you, we believe in you.
Yeah.
Cliche, but
Yeah. Just a little.
just, well, I mean, growing up, I didn't, not that I didn't have support, I did, but, and I do more so now than I did
Mm-hmm.
growing up, I think. But I've always had those dreams and aspirations of kind of being creative and whatever. I think growing up, I was like, I want to be an actress, whatever. But I never got to pursue anything because I was always told other
Yeah.
things. I was
Yeah.
never
No, I
told,
feel
okay, like
that.
follow your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be okay. Like so
See, my parents
maybe
were like that. Okay, my parents were like that in a sense, but they were like, we want you to go to school. So that's like kind of why I went to school. But
mm,
like they were like, we don't need you to go to school to be like a doctor or anything. Like just go to school, finish whatever, and like do whatever you want. Um,
yeah,
so like I guess I got a mix of that. Because like if I had to choose, I probably wouldn't have gone to university, but I did. um,
right.
but yeah.
I mean, I think it's also good that if anything happens, you have something to lean back on, like a
Yeah.
degree. But I do think that I know that there are a lot of people who don't, they don't even use their degree. Like they're in a completely different
Uh-huh.
path. So just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I
We're all
don't
gonna
know.
die one day, so
We're all gonna die. It's fine.
we will. So do whatever you want
That's
before you
very
die.
true. Exactly.
What a great
Go
way to
flood
end.
waters and yeah.
Yeah, love that. But
Oh, good.
yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I
Sad.
think like I don't know. Okay. Okay. No. No, I have nothing to say.
Me either.
I
Um,
think I just wanna I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to say. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
bro,
Anyways, yeah, that's
thank
that.
you for listening.
Yes. Maybe you'll see
I
us on
hope.
a tour soon.
Oh, I thought, I thought you meant like a tour of like the podcast,
Oh my god, not
like
well,
on
one
our own
day.
tour.
One
I
day,
know, but I
not
was
right
like,
now.
oh, whoa, like that was
I don't know if
quick.
People would show up.
We have
I
a
don't
couple
know.
of fans. We also have a couple of haters.
Yeah,
But you
we
know what?
do. Yeah,
Our
I
haters
saw
are our
someone give us
biggest fans.
a 1. I saw you. We have to figure out how to end these one day because
I know.
each time I edit it, I'm like, oh my God. Like I said last
Thank
time, you can follow us on Instagram and you can leave a review. I think I saw we got
Yes.
2 like written ones. So if you have nice things to say, you can leave us a review. If you don't, then don't.
Even if it's constructive criticism, we're
Okay,
open
yeah,
to
if
it.
that's fine, that's
But
fine.
just don't be
But some
bully.
people won't.
I know.
Okay, some people are not nice. That's it. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.